Good morning everyone. Welcome again. Today we will discuss topic attitude in chapter 6 attitude and social cognition. Let's start with one mental activity. For a few minutes quietly do one mental exercise today. How many times did you tell yourself in my opinion, or others may say so and so but I feel. So what you feel in the blanks are called opinions. Now continue the exercise. How important are these opinions to you? So the topics of some of these opinions may be only moderately important to you. They are simply ways of thinking. It does not matter much to you that other agrees or disagree with your views. On the other hand, you may find that some other topics are extremely important to you. If someone opposes or challenges your views about these topics, you get emotional. You may have made some of these views part of your behavior. In other words, if your views are not merely thoughts but also have emotional and action components, then all these views are more than opinions. So they are examples of attitude. So let's discuss definition of attitude here. All definition of attitudes agree that an attitude is a state of mind, a set of mind and a set of views or thoughts regarding some topic called the attitude object, which have an evaluative feature, positive, negative and neutral quality. It is accompanied by an emotional component and a tendency to action in a particular way. With regard to attitude object, the thought component is referred to as a cognitive aspect. The emotional component is known as the affective aspect. Cognitive aspect, as you already know about cognitive aspect, this is a thought process. An emotional component is known as affective aspect. The tendency to do act, response or reaction is called behavioral or cognitive aspect. So taken together, all these three aspects have been referred to as A, B, C components. A means affective, B means behavioral, C means cognitive components of attitude. Note that attitude are themselves not behavior, but they represent a tendency to behave or act in certain ways. They are part of cognition along with emotional component. So attitude have to be distinguished from two other closely related components, not components, namely beliefs and values. Beliefs refer to the cognitive component of attitudes and form the ground on which attitudes stand, such as belief in God, belief in democracy as a political ideology. And values are attitude or beliefs that contain a should and ought aspect, such as moral or ethical values. One example of values is the idea that one should work hard, that one should always be honest, because honesty is the best policy. Values are formed when a particular belief or attitude becomes an inseparable part of the person's outlook on life. Consequently, values are difficult to change. What is the purpose served by an attitude? We find that attitudes provide a background that makes it easier for a person to decide how to act in any situation. For example, our attitude towards foreigners may indirectly provide a mental layout or blueprint for the way in which we should behave whenever we meet someone. Now, in addition to affective, cognitive, behavioral components, attitude also have other properties, four significant features. We will discuss these features of attitude in next lecture. Thank you.